This is an example of both illegal dumping and border trash. People will leave behind items such as couches, and then immigrants will dump clothing, blankets, and other materials. In Virginia, just a few votes could swing this state red or blue, so both sides are vigorously campaigning to make sure their candidate wins this state. In a 4-hour hearing, Congress grilled members of the State Department over the attacks in Benghazi. One of the key issues was this document where diplomatic services requested full-time security forces in Libya. Produce like this red pepper is basically a ticking time bomb. The longer it waits in these trucks at the border, the more expensive it will be. The ad hoc is just like Shazam. Simply call up the app, play the ad,
I don't think Mitt Romney understands.
and in less than 30 seconds it identifies the ad, who paid for it, and other valuable information. And Americans are hoping that Congress can come together and prevent the fiscal cliff. So early voting is quickly becoming the way to vote in Arizona. Cronkite News reporter Corey Galvin was out at the polls today. She's live in downtown Phoenix. Corey? Live in the Washington Bureau, Andrew Boven, Cronkite News.
Hi, I'm Sienna, and I'm a volunteer with the Obama campaign here in Arlington.
Hello, Michael. My name is Joe. I'm volunteering today for Mitt Romney and Republican Party.
The campaign signs have been posted and the ads have been airing, and now it's crunch time for these volunteers.
Well, if we can turn it purple, then it even helps us.
In a state where campaigning is fierce, experts say it's these grassroots efforts that will make the difference.
Whichever campaign can get their voters to the polls is ultimately going to win Virginia.
In Virginia, just a few votes could swing this state red or blue, so both sides are vigorously campaigning to make sure their candidate wins this state.
You're going on Tuesday? Okay, wonderful.
Obama won Virginia in 2008, and now the state is up for grabs, making volunteering that much more exciting for these dedicated volunteers.
It shows that what we do matters, and that the people that we talk to and our friends, relatives, and neighbors do have an influence on what happens on election day.
And in a state bombarded by TV ads, volunteers say people appreciate the human interaction.
We don't memorize fact sheets and we don't worry about statistics. We talk about how President Obama impacts our lives and our families' lives.
And as both sides make the calls to get people to the polls on election day, they know they are playing a pivotal role in a pivotal state. These graduates could be considered the lucky ones. They have the skills to compete for a job in an area hard hit by the recession.
Higher than the rest of the state of Arizona.
All you have to do is look around the Career Center at the Yuma Private Industry Council to see just how bad it is.
I talked to some of the managers at, say, like a Subway shop or something. They said, you know, they knew it was bad when people that were middle-aged and older were coming in and applying for those jobs.
While the unemployment rate is falling nationwide, it's actually getting worse in Yuma, going from 23.1% in January of 2011 to 24.5% this January. Still, the numbers don't tell the whole story.
It has to do with the weird way that the Bureau of Labor Statistics collects their information.
Because of how the unemployment rate is compiled, it's hard to get an accurate number for smaller cities. Morales says the poverty level and underemployment play a key role in Yuma as well.
And if you just look at unemployment rate, you're not going to get the whole picture.
Okay, do you know how to get there?
There are jobs available. A recent opening for a front desk position at the Hampton Inn drew over 50 applicants, but most that applied either lacked the necessary skills or were overqualified.
That overqualified person is, you know, that's still looking, and as soon as they find something else, then they're out the door.
Back at the graduation, these future nursing assistants are eager to begin their career and head towards the future, even in Yuma. As cars speed by the historic Route 66 in Kingman, they are more likely to be reminded of current economic conditions rather than classic times. About a year ago, this motel was on the brink of foreclosure.
I took the key and put it on the desk and say, please, you can foreclose on me. I'm sorry. I can't make it anymore like any other businesses in these days.
But thanks to a bank with some vision, this couple is trying to take a step back in time and make a successful 21st century business.
And we're going to make this place come alive.
When you check into a room at El Trovatore Motel, you don't check into a number, but rather Michael Jackson or John Wayne. Each room is decorated in the memory of a Hollywood icon.
Especially, you know, ladies like, well, maybe if I spend the night in this room, I'll have a nice dream where I'm I'm with Elvis. I can go to sleep with Elvis and I can wake up with Elvis.
Sam and his wife Monica are remodeling the motel to make it look like the classic Route 66 era, from Hollywood-themed rooms to classic cars.
On my birthday, my wife bought me the car. It was a little bit in pieces, and we restored it.
The Frischers were able to negotiate a better loan deal and pour more money back into the motel.
The back is almost finished. There is half of it done and half is not.
At night, the bright neon signs are visible all around Kingman, overpowering the foreclosure signs of the day and signaling a possible revival of Route 66.